remains, like I told you much all through the week, that Standpoint will soon be rechristened. The new name is Correro, and of course, the rebranded show Correro commences on Monday, and that signals another phase in the evolution of Rapid TV's evolving social political general interest show that as of Monday, would be formerly known as Standpoint, and will now, moving forward, be known as Correro. I am Nkamian John, the beloved, also known as the controversial, and today on the show we will be delving into the crisis currently rocking the Labour Party as we examine the facts in the case of the misappropriation of party funds by the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, as alleged by the embattled national treasurer of the party. But first, as always, let's give you the latest headlines, stories making the rounds. And when we come back, we'll begin the conversation, truth or dare, as the case may be, with the crisis rocking the Labour Party. Standpoint continues shortly. Do stay with us. I am Nkamian John, the beloved, also known as the controversial. The show is live and interactive on Facebook and, of course, on our website, www.rbnradiotv.com. Yes, you go there, click, and you will be watching us live. And of course, you can do well to follow the conversation and also contribute via both social media handle platforms by simply liking and following Rapid TV. Remember, our handle is @official Rapid TV. Let's take those news headlines again, and when we come back, of course, you get to meet my guest, the embattled treasurer of the Labour Party, and of course, we will start the conversation as we look at the current crisis rocking the Labour Party as we examine the facts in the case regarding the misappropriation of party funds by the national chairman, as alleged by the national treasurer of the LP.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It is a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. This is beyond partisan politics. It's unfortunate. And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with the happenings in the polity.
Nigeria is on drink and on oxygen. And how can we get out of this?
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of his family. And he must protect me.
Standpoint.
Standpoint.
The center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m.
on Rapid 96.5 FM and Rapid TV.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
It's still Standpoint. Hope you got updated with those headlines. Now let's get down to brass tacks. Now, suspended party treasurer Oluchi Okpara has accused the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, of denying her access to the party's financial records and bank accounts, and has demanded that Abure should render an account of party funds in the excess of 3.5 billion naira, being proceeds of the sales of forms and sundry fundraisers for the 2023 general election. Now, according to the national treasurer, the chairman has so far rejected all entreaties to open the Labour Party's books for scrutiny since the sale of expression of interest and nomination forms had closed. Now, as a response to the allegation, the National Working Committee, NWC, of the Labour Party slammed a 6-month suspension on Oluchi Okpara. Now, however, Abure has now challenged Okpara to make available the records of how she arrived at the sum of 3.5 billion naira as money generated during the election. Let's hear from Julius Abure as he fielded questions on a television program with regards to the allegations of misappropriation of the sum of 3.5 billion naira.
1, 2, 3, 4, or more meetings regarding these issues. And in each of these meetings, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi was present at the meeting. And he has tried, in fairness to him, to intervene. But again, because Abure feels he owns the party, he doesn't listen to anybody, he has tried to make him see reasons why I should be allowed to do my work, my job. For me to even receive a lot. For me to know when money comes in and when money goes out. After each meeting, the national chairman will be like, oh, okay, that things will come out right. But yet, nothing has changed for 7 months. And my colleagues are out there saying that I'm trying to do this and that because I'm being sponsored. No. And I even laugh when the National Pop Sec came out to say because I'm asking for one of this. Let me state it here, that Abure has tried to induce me with cash. I refuse. He came to my house with a car gift. I refused. He offered me a new house. I refused. I want the right thing to be done. Let me bring change in my own time.
Okay.
Let it be on ground that I'm fighting for the right thing.
Okay.
I want to be that woman that will speak up for the right thing to be done.
Thank you so much for having me on the morning show today. I appreciate you for giving me this privilege and this opportunity to be here to do very few remarks and few responses to some of the allegations made by the National Treasurer, the estranged treasurer of our party.
Okay, thank you also for joining us. Well, as they say, the thing speaks for itself. You know what the allegations are. Before now, spokesperson of the party, Abure, I tried to speak on your behalf. One of the things that Oluchi Okpara said when she was on this show is that no, Abure or any other person cannot speak for you. that what she's demanding is accountability, that you should speak for yourself. And now you are here, and we hope that you will address all the issues she has raised, including the allegation that you used party funds, money paid for forms, money collected during by-election to buy houses for yourself in Nigeria and also overseas. So you may speak. We listen.
Well, first and foremost, I need to make it abundantly clear that I'm the first national chairman of the party to be able to, that I've been able to make and ensure that we have financial records in the office. Before my assumption of office as national chairman of the party, which was in 2021, there was no financial records in the office. Oluchi Opara has been the national treasurer of the party from 2014 to date. I will challenge her to bring all her records from 2014 that she became national treasurer to 2020-2021 before I assumed office as the national chairman of the party. Today, as we speak, there's an accountant in the office. All the books of accounts are opened, the cash book, all the vouchers, receipt of payment, all available in the office, including all the bank statements are all available in the office. I must make it clear that I have never at any point in time stopped or prevented Oluchi Opara from carrying out her duties as national treasurer of the party. What is her duties? If you look at our party constitution, article page 28 is very clear that the responsibility of the national treasurer of the party is, number one, to receive monies and then pay same immediately to the party accounts. Today, it's no longer invoked for monies to be paid to the treasurer who will pay into the account. People do direct transfers, and all these resources, all this money enter the party account directly. The second role of the national treasurer is to compile financial reports and then present to the House. The third function of national treasurer is to co-sign checks with me, and I have the right to sign checks with either the national secretary or the national treasurer of the party. I need to make it very clear that at no point have I stopped the national treasurer from performing her duties. I have some few checks here, photocopies of checks that I signed with the national treasurer in recent times. They are all here and they are very visible. I decided to make a few samples of it. This is the signature of Oluchi Opara signing checks with me last year. Some of these checks were in June, some were in July, signed by me and Opara as the national treasurer of the party. Some were signed in August, some in December. All these are available, and I'm sure that as soon as I leave this studio, I will use your platform to display so that you can have it. I have never at any point in time prevented her from doing or performing her duties. In June, when it was time for us to compile our records, abundantly we wrote to all the banks of all our banks, Fidelity Bank, Zenith Bank, name them.
All right, I think the matter has been clearly stated. And my guest this morning is the embattled national treasurer of the Labour Party, Oluchi Okpara. Oluchi, it's great to have you join us on Standpoint this morning.
Thank you very much for having
Now,
me.
you heard the national chairman saying that he has at no point stopped you from having access to the accounts of the party. Now, the National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, in the person of Abure Ilo, has said that you are a mole who is being used by dissidents to cause disaffection across the party. Oluchi, I want to ask you this morning, how do you react to this kind of accusation? And are you a mole?
These questions are laughable. Honestly, Obiora Ifo is not in the right position to respond to all the allegations I've tabled before the House and before the public. Obiora Ifo was handpicked by Barrister Julius Abure to be his spokesperson. He was never elected. He was handpicked. He was appointed by Barrister Julius Abure. So what do you expect of someone that was handpicked? He's always supposed to.
So basically, he is the chairman's mouthpiece.
Exactly. And now talking about having access to the account, I want to state it clearly here that Barrister Julius Abure, Obiora Ifo, they are experts at disseminating false information. I've been writing letters for the past 7 months. A child of 7 months by now should be crawling. The first ones should be standing or walking. I've been writing letters. Just this year, if you can zoom the camera, you will see I actually wrote a letter again demanding to know how much we have been able to realize. I wrote a letter, this is January this year, and till today, Barrister Julius Abure has not responded to any of the letters. I heard him on Arise TV talking about my roles as National Treasurer, how I'm supposed to receive money, but because monies are being transferred. But again, how am I supposed to confirm those payments if I don't even receive alerts? Let's just say, okay, monies are being transferred. At least let me even have a knowledge that monies are being received. I've been writing, let me even know what is happening. Let me receive alerts.
So you don't receive alerts. You don't have access to the account. How have you come to the conclusion that 3.5 billion was raised for the 2023 elections? How did you come to that conclusion?
Thank you very much. I did my pluses and my minuses based on the people that obtained our forms. Now, this is the audit report that Barrister Julius Abure brought for me to endorse my signature on. And I
Did you endorse it?
I did not, because this is they are doctored. I wasn't even aware that we had such amount of money. When he brought this was 2.something billion. Then I added the elections of Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State, which we got 958 million. Then the off-cycle elections, we got over 30 million. Then this Edo, we have had 200 and something million. So sum everything up, you will know that we've gotten 3.5 billion naira that I stated. And now, Abure, the national chairman, went on a US tour. This is his picture. This is the name of the party, to go and raise funds for the party. When he returned from that movement, I wrote a series of letters. I said, can I know how much was realized? Let me even know what we got. Up until now, Barrister Julius Abure did not tell me.
From the US tour?
From the US tour. Look at the prices paid. Some persons were paying $150. You know what it is now in Naira. Some persons paid $500. You know what it is. $100. You know what it is. $550. A whole lot of people paid. And I said, Abure, please, can I even know how much was realized from your US tour so that we can even put it in the account? He did not respond to any of these. And I've been writing letters. Talking about being a mole, I've been in the party for the past 10 years. We've struggled together. I've seen this party grow from nothing to something. By the way, the party was nowhere until the coming of Mr. Peter Obi's Excellency. Then we decided, because Peter Obi's Excellency speaks volume when it comes to the issue of accountability and integrity. And I'm like, we have to do things like our principal, Mr. Peter Obi. Let's keep accounts. Let's know what is happening. And Barrister Abure has vehemently refused me access into what is happening in the party
I'm glad you mentioned your principal and presidential flag bearer, His Excellency Peter Obi, because the chairman of the fundraising team of the campaign organization, Aisha Yusuf, just yesterday revealed that the Obi Baba Ahmed presidential campaign organization spent over 744,500,000 naira in litigation in courts over the 2023 presidential election, and that it received donations totaling about 595,976,900 thereabout. So roughly almost 600 million naira. Now, how do you react to this? Because, you know, so many figures are being thrown about. And I think the biggest question that everybody who is interested in this matter is, where did the balance, or, making it 3.5 million come from? Because now you've shown the national president went on a U.S. tour. You don't have those figures. So is it possible it's even more than 3.5 million?
It's possible. Because considering what I have here, that is why I always go to anywhere I go to with evidence. This is his picture. Okay? Now, these are the prices for each ticket booked, and a lot of people paid. Talking about the campaign figures, I cannot speak on that because I was never part of it.
Okay.
I was never a signatory to that account, so I don't have any authority whatsoever to speak on it.
So what you're saying is that the monies raised for the fundraising is different from monies that entered the party account.
Exactly.
So what you are asking for now are the monies that entered the party account.
Yes, not campaign or whatsoever. No, I'm not talking about campaign. I'm talking about the money that came to Labour Party. Yes.
Okay. Now, how come we have not heard from other executives of the party? It's just been you, Abure, and of course Abure. What's happening to the other executives of the party?
Yes, the national chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, sees himself like an emperor. He feels he has so brainwashed them that he's the only one that can bring them back to the national executive committee of our party, because our tenure is due to expire in few months. So he feels he's the only one that can handpick them to bring them back. So they're just being loyal to him because he feels he's the one that is going to bring them back. But again, of what use are you, as a member of NWC, when things are going wrong, you cannot speak up? What services have you rendered? You've done nothing if you cannot speak up when things are going wrong. And I'm particularly angry, I'm particularly painful about the trade unionists in our midst, talking about Mrs. Ladi Ilia, she's of the NLC, talking about Dr. Olorufemi, he's of the TUC. Those are trade unionists. Why wouldn't they even ask Abure, Barrister Julius Abure, can we even look at this thing critically? Why being so much in a hurry to close their track?
I was going to come to the fact that it's the same NWC that has suspended you for the next 6 months.
Yes.
So on what basis? What were the allegations put against you to warrant the entire NWC coming to the conclusion that you should be suspended for 6 months?
Because I spoke out. Because I was tired of things going wrong. Because I was tired of them painting the pictures that all is well, whereas everything is not well. All is not well with the Labour Party internally. I've written letters. We've had a series of meetings regarding this issue. And in all of those meetings, in fairness to His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, he has tried, he has intervened. He has called Abure to order, but again, Abure being an emperor, he has refused to see reason why he should do the needful. And again, my colleagues, I'm disappointed. They're not asking questions, and I've been saying this. Let us even look at it. Forget the person that is saying this. Look at the content, look at the facts. And I've also said that Barrister Julius Abure forged the national chairman's signature. And none of them, they're not even keen as per digging deep to know what has happened. Why will he go and forgo the demise of forging signature of a late man, barely 2 months after his death? The family of this man was still grieving, and he was quick to forging a signature. My colleagues didn't do anything. And again, coming to the issue of the suspension, they called themselves to Abuja. They handpicked, called themselves to Abuja. They didn't have the courtesy of calling me to come for that meeting. The last time I checked, I was still a member of Labour Party. After the meeting, they arrived at the fact that they have to summon me to come and be at their disciplinary committee. They said that on the platform. Let me even state here that that thing was never directly at me. It was a press release. They didn't even send it to me. But I had the courtesy of reminding them on the same platform. I think if you can even put on the screen.
I think we have a shot of that a statement by the Labour Party National Working Committee. Let me read it out. It says, I have just seen, okay, there it is. Okay. I have just seen the general,
that's my response.
Your response to what was put on the platform. So it wasn't that you were sent an official letter.
I wasn't sent an official letter. It was on the platform.
Inviting you to the disciplinary, to appear before the disciplinary committee.
And this meeting ended at about 9:24. They put on the platform and saw it about 10 something. And I responded immediately. I was even humble in my response. I chose my words carefully. I was not in Abuja. And I said I was due to arrive Abuja 2:30 p.m. Please, could you please be kind enough to extend your meeting from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But because it was a premeditated action, because they had it in mind to suspend me the previous night, but somebody was, some persons were like, no, let us give her access to free hearing, fair hearing. And when that did not happen, at about 12 noon, they announced it. I was so embarrassed. The media started calling me, are you aware you've been suspended? And I'm like, whoa, not even aware. Why? Why were they so quick to cover their track? And the legal advisor...
What does your party constitution say with regards to scenarios of this nature? Is there a stipulated process that the NWC should go through, a process of establishing fair hearing before coming to a conclusion of suspending an executive of the party?
No, there should be fair hearing. Had it been they asked me to appear before them, and I said I wasn't going to appear before them, whatever they do, I'll take it in good faith. But they never even sent me a personal letter inviting. They put it out. It was out there, and I saw it, and I was even kind enough to respond. And my responses are there. And they made a publication saying that I refuse to appear before them. That is to tell you the extent they will go to cover the corruption that has eaten deep.
So it's not just about the national president.
No.
Other members of the National Working Committee of the party are involved in this misappropriation of funds.
I don't want to involve them unless when we are done with due investigation, everyone will come and speak for his or herself. Because I don't even see the reason why Abure, Ifo, the pop sec, will be speaking for Abure. That means he knows something I don't know. There should, in a sane environment, the right thing would have been for the national chairman to step aside. Just like our honorable minister, Betta Edu, she was asked to step aside for an investigation.
To be carried out?
To be carried out. Abure would have been asked to step aside so that if an investigation will be carried out, they will not arrive at a conclusion. But they were so fast to cover their tracks. It is wrong.
Now, what proof, beyond the fact, because I keep emphasizing, you yourself said it, you don't have access to the accounts, you don't, but what proof do you have of this misappropriation? What evidence do you have that the national chairman has pilfered the party funds?
You know, the walls, it has ears. We have ears, right? There is nothing hidden under the sun that we can't see. One of the staff of the office and our accountant, her personal account was used to launder money. And that money that was paid into her account, 5 million into two batches, but which I later learned that one of the 5 million bounced back. That money was later sent to an account that went to national chairman. When asked, national chairman stated that his account was being monitored. Who is monitoring your account? If your hands are clean, who is monitoring your account? So why will he be sending monies to his families, his brothers, his aides, John Abure's account, his wife's account, his personal account, company's account? Why will he be doing all those things? And I stated clearly that Mr. Abure embezzled Labour Party fund. He put those funds into buildings. If it will be kind enough for us to even put the buildings on the screen so that people will see what Abure has used Labour Party fund to do.
Well, now those buildings that is alleged to belong to Abure, how have you been able to authenticate that he truly owns those properties?
The walls have ears. And say that these buildings are not his. If you go up a bit, you will see the building he had before now. We all know ourselves. Abure that I know used to enter night bus from Benin to Abuja. So we know ourselves. Look at this building here down. This particular one was his building, his former building, before he now used the Labour Party money to build this one. This one on the left was his building. Here, look at this one. He bought this building. He bought part of the building, about 4 blocks of flats with Labour Party money at 40 million naira. Look at this one in Uromi.
His home.
His home in Uromi. He never had any of this. We know where he lived. Look at all this. We know where he lived. He lived a squalid environment, like a very not too good environment. But now Abure is now the talk of the town when it comes to the issue of money. He's now so big, so rich. Let him come and explain to us how he was able to get this just.
But are you saying that as national party chairman, that he couldn't enjoy, will I say, the blessings of members of the party? Those buildings could as well have been given to him as gifts.
That is why I'm charging him to come and explain to the public how he was able to get it, so that we can even start a proper investigation. Call those people that gave the buildings to him. Let's even also know what has happened to the money in the accounts. We can call those people that gave the building to him, call the people that sold the buildings to him, so that we can even know he has used his aid, okay, to buy houses for him by proxy.
And you have evidence to this.
Let's go into investigation and see.
All right, we'll take a quick breather, and when we come back, we'll continue this conversation with the embattled national. I like to use the word embattled because she seems to be the only one talking as far as accountability, transparency of party funds is concerned, and particularly with reference to the Labour Party. We'll take a quick breather, and when we return, the conversation continues on Standpoint. Point, the show is still live and interactive on all our social media platforms. So do well to be part of the conversation. Right, we are discussing the crisis currently rocking the Labour Party as we examine the facts in the case of the misappropriation of party funds by the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, as alleged by the national treasurer, Oluchi Okpara. Now, let's look at the figures as put forward by the, well, I did mention the fundraiser as put forward by the chairman of the fundraising committee, Aisha Yusuf. Now, you have said you're not aware, you're not a party of what proceeds came out of the fundraising. Yeah. Now, let's, when you do the maths, let's remove the monies that came from the fundraising. Okay. When you do the math, there's a lot of numbers flying around. And because as it stands, what most Nigerians want is to be able to see some evidence Right now, you have a whole lot of documentation. You said you've written letters that have been unreplied. You've been suspended unfairly. Due process was not followed. You were not given fair hearing. Now, what are the elder statesmen in the party saying about this matter? I know that your principal and presidential flag bearer, Peter Obi, has come out to say, look, there is need for transparency. There is need for things to be done properly. He is known to be someone who is about accountability. Beyond him, what are the other party elders saying?
The truth of the matter, in fairness to every one of them, we often refer or fall back at Mr. Peter Obi when there are issues like this. And he has always made himself available. He has been in our meetings 1, 2, 3, 4 or more times because of this issue. And he has tried to make Abure, national chairman, say reasons why he should even allow me to have access to this. Do you know, because of the discrepancies, I have even written for an external auditor to come and examine the accounts. I want to show us the letter I wrote, asking that Abure should allow me get an external auditor in a same environment when there are doubts. I think the right thing to be done for us to clear every doubt is for us to get an external auditor to look into the accounts. Let me tell us that I was only aware of 55 million naira. I didn't even know that I had up to that amount until I was given this doctored audit report. And the same money passed through me, and I've been able to put up, look at it, I'm showing evidence, look at it. I've been able to write how those monies were spent. I've been able to itemize them. Everybody's account number, everybody's name is there. I've been able to itemize things. So if Barrister Julius Abure can't listen to Mr. Peter Obi,
then there's a problem.
Who do you think? Yes, there's a problem.
What does the party constitution say about how the national chairman of the party is to disburse funds?
The constitution was not really clear as regards to disbursement of funds, right? But the party, we have 3 signatory rights: the national chairman, national treasurer, and the national secretaries, which he could have signed with either me or the national secretary.
But he has proven, like in that interview we saw, he provided evidence that in recent times, both you and him had signed checks.
Abure is good at disseminating false information. I started writing this for the past 7 months. And for the past 7 months, ask Abure, because I saw him on Arise television saying that even in December, ask him, instead of waiving documents, he should make them zoom into it. Let us even see if he's lying or not. I have not signed any check for the past 8 months. Ask him. When did Mr. Peter Obi join the party? 1 month plus. Minus 8 months from 1 month plus. How many months did I work? How many months?
Okay, what about his allegation that there was no records before he became national chairman, that it was when he became national chairman that the party began to have records of monies that came in and how those monies were spent? How true is that?
The Labour Party became something when Mr. Peter Obi joined the party. Even him.
Not when Abure became chairman.
Yes, when Peter Obi joined the party. Even him, Mr. Julius Abure, he was the national secretary at that time. So what documentation does he have? He doesn't have any documentation. And I even watched Abure Ifo saying that I was indicted for embezzlement. For goodness sake, they should allow the dead to rest. The man they're talking about here, A.A. Salam, is long gone. They should allow him to rest. Let me ask a question. If I was indicted in 2015, why wasn't an action was taken against me? Why was I also re-elected 2019? If truly I was indicted, if I was indicted and I was re-elected, then there is something wrong with the party. There's something wrong with the party. That is to tell the lengths they can go at passing false information.
Now, the Labour Party before now has been fractionalized. to a certain extent. Are you a part of the other faction?
I'm not aware. I'm the national treasurer of Labour Party. So I'm not aware of any faction. I'm not aware, because if I was, how then will I
Because
now...
it only would make sense why a Abure would suggest that you are a mole. I mean...
Obiora Ifo, like I said, and I want to also still say it here, he was handpicked by Barrister Julius Abure. So what he's doing, he's just doing the work he was brought to come and do. He is not in the right position to respond to the issues of finances. So if I'm talking about this, Nigerians should believe me, they should trust me. I'm the only person that can speak with so much authority in this regard, because it is my office, it's my jurisdiction. So Obiora Ilo, maybe you know something I do not know. He cannot talk about this. He can't speak on this issue. I'm not a mole. I have never been a mole. I've been in the party for the past 10 years. We've struggled together. We've watched the party grow. So all of a sudden, I'm not a mole. No, something is wrong somewhere. Let me come and, in fact, but anyone supporting Abure in this should have his integrity checked. Because I'm talking about embezzlement, talking about money laundering, talking about forgery. The right thing would be for them to investigate these allegations. These allegations are way too weighty for someone to just sweep it under the carpet. No, they should investigate it.
Could this be that finally the Labour Party, because prior to the 2023 elections, especially with the advent of Dr. Peter Obi, the other parties looked at the Labour Party and said it didn't have structure. It lacked the kind of internal systems that we've seen with the APC, the PDP, and maybe even the SDP. Is that why this is happening?
I think this is happening. It has to do with the person driving the car. It doesn't have anything to do with the party. The party is strong. The leader of the party is a man of integrity. He has to do with the person driving the car. That is Barrister Julius Abure. He should step aside so that the right thing can be done. And talking about, I want to also chip in something, please, if you don't mind. This, talking about stepping aside, Barrister Julius Abure should step aside. He doesn't spoil things for us in the Edo election, because he's been accused of being in talks with the government in power in Edo. He should step aside so it doesn't spoil things for us in Edo.
So
Abure does not have an electoral value.
Are you suggesting that the national chairman of the Labour Party is in bed with the PDP governor of Edo State?
Let him come and say he has not been in talks with them. Abure does not have an electoral value. The last general elections showed this. Even Council Abure could not even win in Edo State. The obedience movement started strongly from Edo. Even his ward, he could not even win his ward. So what are we talking about?
So what's going to happen to the LP candidate that is running for the gubernatorial, in the gubernatorial race in Edo State?
Abure should step aside so that we can field in a better candidate that will win election for us. Because having him there will jeopardize our chances in Edo State. Yes.
And what proof do you have that Abure is in talks with the PDP-led administration in Edo State?
Let him come and say that I'm lying against him. Let him also come and say that all the proceeds, all the funds sold in Edo, that he didn't get into his personal account. None of the monies from Edo went into Labour Party accounts.
But you don't have access to the account. How are you sure that those monies did not go into the party account?
That is why the investigation should be carried out, so that we'll know who is deceiving Nigerians, we'll know who is lying and who is not lying. This is not about Labour Party, not about P2B, not about the obedience. Nigerians should believe me. They should trust me in this. Abure should step aside so that we'll carry out investigation.
Now, since you leveled these allegations against Abure, has he approached you personally? Has he tried to resolve the matter in a somewhat amicable manner?
I can't remember him doing that.
But you've claimed that he has tried to induce you.
Yes, before now, he tried to give me some money. I said no, because that was when he brought this for me to sign. Okay? He brought it for me to sign, and I said no. How come? He came to me with money. I said no. Let me even know how because these things, if I put my signature here, it will mean
You
that
didn't take the money.
it will mean that I'm aware of everything that has happened. But because I'm not aware of what has happened, I said, no, let me even know what's happened. He brought a car to my house. I said, no. He said, what about house? I said, no. I want to be that woman that will
But as
stand
a
for
national
integrity.
treasurer, aren't you entitled to a car from the party?
Unfortunately, I don't have any car from the party. But even if I'm supposed to have a car, why wait until you want me to endorse this? Why wait until that?
So you're suggesting that the car was to induce you.
Exactly. Exactly. And I watched him say that he has sent this to INEC. Please, I want to talk to INEC. Any documents sent to you that doesn't have my signature, please reject it because it's fraud. By virtue of my position, I'm supposed to endorse that document. But if it is with you, INEC, I'm calling you out now. Please send that document back to Mr. Julius Abure. Request that the right thing be done.
And if he presented a document that carries your signature?
That means something is wrong. Something is wrong then, because I didn't endorse it.
Okay. Have you been approached by any other political party since you started laying these allegations?
None. I have not. You know what happens with Labour Party, our people. Once someone is raising eyebrow on things happening, going wrong, okay, the next thing you will hear, she's being sponsored. Why not leave she's being sponsored and look at the facts? Why not look that she's being sponsored and look at the issue?
I think it's only normal that people would think that way, considering the fact that just a few months ago, there is a talk about a merger, the possibility of forming a mega party, and Labour Party seems to be at the heart of it. We know what happened during the Supreme Court judgment, the appeal court judgment, where even the flag bearer of the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, in the person of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, suggesting to your party flag bearer an alliance. And those talks have been ongoing. So is it not possible that in all of this, one of those parties could have looked at it and said, how do we discredit the person of the national chairman and decide to use somebody in the party?
I want to state that I'm not aware of any major talks. And I have written for the past 7 months.
Emphatically.
Yes. So why would anyone suggest that I am being sponsored? Why would anyone suggest that I am being pushed to do the things I'm doing? I'm only after accountability, integrity. I don't even know what they're talking about. They should look at the issue. They should not try to call the public empathy or sympathy. No, let's face the reality on ground. Let us look at this account. Let us know if I'm lying. Let us know if Abure has sent money to his family's account, to his personal account, to his brother's account. Let us know if Abure has used our money the right way. Let us know if Abure has been able to render account for money gotten from US store. Let us know all these things. I don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to run away from the main issue and cover their tracks. And for the legal advisor of our party, when that issue of suspension came, I'm wondering what his work was. Like, he was supposed to at least give a legal advice on that, asking them to give me a fair hearing. But he was being quoted as saying, time waits for no one. Who does that?
Now, I know you didn't start with the Labour Party as your first political assignment. How long have you been in politics?
I started with Labour Party. Labour Party has been the only party I've been into. I've never joined any other political party all my life. This is my first party.
And despite your suspension, do you intend to leave the Labour Party?
We'll sort that out, because what they did was it was a kangaroo sort of thing. So it's going to be resolved.
You're very confident.
I am confident.
Well, Oluchi, I want to say thank you so much for making our time. I know you've been busy this period, defending your integrity and standing for what you believe in as far as the Labour Party is concerned. And I join with my voice with several other Nigerians who believe in transparency, accountability, that we hope that you do get justice at the end of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, that sums it up on this edition of Standpoint. As always, we will do our bit to always keep our ears to the ground and our searchlight beamed on developments as they evolve in our great nation, Nigeria. Remember, on Monday, we will unveil the new rebranded, what used to be Standpoint, now Corero. All right? So join me on Monday as we start the new phase, the new level, a new, well, you could say a new life for what has been almost a year plus, going 2 years of Standpoint on Rapid TV. And of course, it was bettered on Rapid Radio, 96.5 in Umahia. But now it has become something much bigger. Well, until Monday, have yourself a great weekend and trust us, as always, to bring burning issues to the front burner and, of course, give you the opportunity to be part of the conversation. I am Nkamian John the Beloved, also known as the Controversial, signing out.
My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Theo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out
Rapid TV.
Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is
Rapid TV.
Rapid
TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it down.
Leave it like that.
It's time to jackpot for more fun. This season, there are loads of exciting content. Enjoy all the drama, intrigue, suspense, and romance in a wide range of telenovela series, Nollywood movies, Bollywood, kiddies program, and introducing our new kiddies channel, Boeing. After 5 years of waiting, the Nigeria Premier Football League is finally back, live and exclusively on Star Times.
Enjoy more this season with our Jackpot promo. Recharge 2 months on Classic or Super Bouquet and get 14 days free. Or recharge 2 months and get upgraded to a higher bouquet. Wow! Recharge now and Jackpot for more fun and stand a chance to win Sundial TV and other fantastic gifts. Offer runs till January 20, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Star Times. Entertain your family.